Shalom, everyone. Continuing on the series for the book of Jubilees, on what is in the book of Jubilees that's not in the book of Genesis. So, this subject's going to be about the lawlessness that was increasing after Noah's flood. So, I'm going to, kind of go through the last video I did, which was Noah's covenant to Yahuwah. Basically, this went up to Jubilees chapter 7. So that went up to that chapter. So chapter 7, that's just about, you know, more details about Noah's generations passing down, which is already in the book of Genesis, the sons of Noah. And then chapter 8 and chapter 9 is just simply about which is actually in one of my previous videos, which is the land divisions of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So chapter 8 and chapter 9 was about that in the book of Jubilees. So now today's subject regarding the lawlessness that was increasing after the flood, we're going to start from Jubilees chapter 10. And we're going to go from Jubilees chapter 10 to 11, verse 15. And this is basically the description of what happened and how lawlessness started increasing after the flood. So now I'm going to start reading the chapters, and I hope you all enjoy this message today. All right, chapter 10 in the book of Jubilees. In the third week of this Jubilee, the unclean demons began to lead astray the children of the sons of Noah and to mislead and destroy them. The sons of Noah came to Noah their father, and they informed him concerning the demons which were leading astray and blinding and slaying his sons' sons. And he prayed before Yahuwah his God, saying, God of the spirits of all flesh, who have shown kindness to me, and has saved my sons and I from the waters of the flood, and has not caused me to perish as you did the sons of destruction. For your favor has been great towards me, and your kindness has been great to my being. Let your favor be lifted upon my sons, and let not wicked spirits rule over them, lest they should destroy them from the earth. But may you bless my sons and I, that we may increase and multiply and fill the earth. And you know how your watchers, or fallen messengers, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day. And as for these spirits which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in the place of condemnation, and let them not bring destruction on the sons of your servant, my father, for these are evil and created in order to destroy. And let them not rule over the spirits of the living, and you alone exercise rule over them. And let them not have power over the sons of the righteous from this time and forever. And Yahuwah our Father commanded us to bind all. And the chief of the spirits, Mathema, came and said, Master Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them listen to my voice and do all I shall say to them. For if some of them are not left to me, I shall not be able to execute power of my purpose on the sons of men, for these are for corruption and leading astray before my right ruling, for wickedness of the sons of men is great. And he said, Yahuwah said, let the 10th part of them remain before him, and let the 9th parts descend into the place of condemnation. And one of us, Yahuwah, commanded that we should teach Noah all their medicines, for he knew that they would not walk in uprightness, nor strive in righteousness. And we did according to all his words, and all the wicked evil ones we bound in the place of condemnation. A 10th part of them we left at that they might be subject before Satan on the earth. And we explained to Noah all the medicines of their diseases, together with their accomplishments, how he might heal them with herbs of the earth. And Noah wrote down all matters in a book as we are instructed him concerning every kind of medicine. Thus the evil spirits were prevented from hurting the sons of Noah. And he gave all that he had written to Shem, his eldest son, for he loved him exceedingly above all his sons. And Noah slept with his fathers and was buried on Mount Lubar in the land of Arat. 950 years he completed his life, 19 jubilees in 2 weeks and 5 years. And in his life on earth he excelled the children of men except Enoch, because of the righteousness wherein he was perfect. For Enoch's office was ordained for a witness to the generations of the world, so that he should recount all the deeds of the generation upon unto generation until the day of judgment. And in the 33rd Jubilee, in the first year of the second week, Peleg took a wife whose name was Lamna, the daughter of Sinar, and she bore him a son in the 4th year of this week. He called his name Reu, for he has said, See, the children of men have become evil through the wicked purpose of building for themselves a city and a tower in the land of Shinar. And they departed from the land of Arat eastward to Shinar, for in his days they built a city and the tower, saying, Come, let us ascend thereby into the heavens. Okay, this part right here is about the Tower of Babylon. All right, let me continue reading. And they began to build in the 4th week. They made brick with fire, and the brick served them for stone, and the clay which they have cemented them together with asphalt, which comes out of the sea and out of the fountains of water in the land of Shinar. And they built it 43 years they were building it, and its breadth was 203 bricks, and its height of a brick was a third of one. Its height was a mountain to 5,423 amah. Amah means like, each amah is 18 inches long, so it's about 1.5 feet. So if you multiply that by 1.5, that'll give you how many feet that is high. And 2 tophah, and the extent of one wall was 13 stades, and of the other 30 stades. And Yahuwah our Father said to us, See, they are one people, and this they begin to do. Now naught shall be withheld from them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, that they might not understand one another's speech, and they may be dispersed into cities and nations, and one purpose shall no longer endure with them till the day of judgment. And Yahuwah descended, and we descended with him to see the city and the tower which the children of men have built. And he confused their language, and they no longer understood one another's speech, and they ceased then to build the city and the tower. For this reason, the whole land of Shinar is called Babel, or Babylon, because there Yahuwah confounded all the language of the children of men, and from there they were dispersed into their cities, each according to his language and his nation. And Yahuwah sent a mighty wind against the tower, and overthrew it upon the earth, and see, it was between Ashashir and Babylon, in the land of Shinar, and they called its name Overthrow. And in the 4th week, in the beginning of the 1st year, in the 34th Jubilee, they were dispersed from the land of Shinar. And Haman and his sons went into the land which he was to occupy, when he acquired his portion in the land in the south. And Canaan saw the land of Lebanon to the river of Egypt, that it was very good. But he did not go into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is to the sea, but he built in the land of Lebanon, eastward and westward of the border of the Jordan and to the border of the sea. And Ham his father, and Cush and Egypt his brother, said to him, You have settled in a land which is not yours, and which did not fall to us by lot. and do not do so. And if you do so, you and your son shall fall in the land and be accursed through rebellion. For by rebellion you have settled, and by rebellion your children shall fall, and you shall be rooted out forever. Do not dwell in the dwelling of Shem, for to Shem and his sons it's called came by their lot. Cursed are you, and cursed shall you be over all the sons of Noah, with the curse which be bound ourselves with the oath in the presence of the set apart judge, and in the presence of Noah our father. But he did not listen to them, and dwelt in the land of Lebanon from Hamath as far as the entrance of Egypt, he and his sons to this day. And for this reason, that land is named Canaan. So let me do a side note right there. See, this is why Yahuwah later on in the generations, he commanded the Israelites to take over the land of Canaan, because they weren't supposed to be in that land in the first place. You know, Canaan, and his sons, they literally stole the land and named it after Canaan, of course. This is why Canaan had to be utterly destroyed later on, because they weren't supposed to have that land in the first place. This is, was something that they did. They stole a land that was not theirs. It was supposed to be a part of Shem. It wasn't supposed to be Canaan's land, which he is actually a son of Ham, so it wasn't supposed to be their land or whatever. So now continue reading. And Japheth and his sons went towards the sea and dwelt in the land of their portion. And Madai saw the land of the sea, and it did not please him, and he begged a portion from Elam and Ashur and Arpachshad and his wife's brother. And he dwelt in the land of Madai near his wife's brother to this day. And he called his dwelling and the dwelling of his sons Madai, after the name of their father Madai. Okay, chapter 11 now in the book of Jubilees. And in the 35th Jubilee, in the 3rd week in the 1st year, Reuel took a wife, and her name was Orah, the daughter of and the son of Chesed. And she bore him a son in the 7th year of this week in this Jubilee, and he called his name Siro. And then the sons of Noah began to fight with each other, to capture, to slay each other, and shed the blood of the men on the earth, to eat blood, and to build strong cities and walls and towers. And some exalted themselves above the nation, and established the beginning of reigns, and went into battle, people against people, nation against nation, city against city, and all did evil, and acquired weapons, and taught their sons battle, and they began to capture cities, and to sell male and female slaves. And the son of Chesed, built the city of Arah of the Kasdim, and called its name after its own name, and the name of his father. And they made for themselves molded images, and they each worshipped the idol and molded image which they had made for themselves. They began to make carved images and unclean likenesses, and evil spirits assisted and seduced them into committing transgression and uncleanness. And the prince Mastema exerted himself to do all this, and he sent out other spirits, those which were put under his hand, to do all kinds of evil and sin, all kinds of transgression, to corrupt and destroy and shed blood on the earth. For this reason he called the name of Surug, for everyone turned to do all kinds of sin and transgression. And he grew up and dwelt in Kasdim, near to the father of his wife's mother, and he worshipped idols. And he took a wife in the 36th Jubilee in the 5th week in the 1st year, and her name was Milcah, the daughter of Kabir, the daughter of his father's brother. And she bore him Nahor in the 1st year of this week, and he grew and dwelt in Kasdim. And his father taught him the researches of the Kasdim, to divine and foretell according to the signs of the heavens. And in the 37th Jubilee, in the 6th week in the first year, he took a wife. Her name was Yeska, and the daughter of Nishtag and of the Kasdim. And she bore him Terah in the 7th year of this week. And the prince of Mastema sent ravens and birds to devour the seed which was sown in the land, in order to destroy the land and rob the children of men of their labors before they could plow in the seed. The ravens pecked it from the surface of the ground. And for this reason, he called his name Terah, because the birds reduced them to destitution and devoured their seeds. And the years began to be barren because of the birds, and they devoured all the fruits of the trees from the trees, and it was only with great effort that they could save a little all of the fruit of the earth in their days. And in the 39th Jubilee, in the 2nd week of the first year, Terah took a wife, and her name was Edna, the daughter of Abram, the daughter of his father's sister. And in the 7th year of this week, she bore him a son and called his name Abram, by the name of the father of his mother, for he had died before his daughter has conceived a son. So Abram was, obviously the name of Abraham before his name changed. So that was verse 15 of chapter 11 in the book of Jubilees. So this was basically about how lawlessness increased from the time after Noah's flood all the way up until Abraham's time. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy this message, and shalom to everyone. Feel free to comment if you have any questions. And shalom everyone.